I gave myself a challenge. I want to recreate my original island of Amethyst on my current forever island, Sun Canyon. This episode right here is the recreation of this area. This was my forest, and I wasn't quite sure I liked this area, and I wanted to improve it. Alright, the first thing I did was I got rid of all of the water features. I also put the cliffs back at the back of my island. I wanted to make sure I had enough room as possible for the forest. Alright, this is just me comparing Amethyst and Sun Canyon. I wanted to see how far to take that little peninsula out. And here it is, but we will come back a little later to some more building. I also wanted to change the single path that was in Amethyst, and I made it a little nicer and a little wider. This I found interesting. Make sure you watch the cricket. On Amethyst, we had a little rounded area here, and then there was like a diagonal wall in this area, so I added that as well. Keep in mind that basically where I'm standing is going to be water. Alright, then I looked at Amethyst. I wanted to put in the flowers, the trees, the shrubs, all the models, everything the same. Then I decided to improve it by glitching some trees, which I didn't know how to do back then when I was on Amethyst, so I started with this one. This will demonstrate for you if you have not seen my glitching video. This is how it's done. I also decided that I was going to glitch some trees in the back. And then once you glitch it, this is what you do. You get rid of the water, and then you round the edges of the cliff. There you go. Ready for the stairs. Alright, let's just go down and finish this one. Again, make sure you're not doing what I'm doing. Make sure you switch to a different tool. Showing on the left is Amethyst. You'll see it was a single path. I ran out of room for trees. That's something I wanted to correct for my Sun Canyon Island. So I'm planting trees on both sides, which makes it a little wider. So I'm going to have to push the waterfall back a few squares. Alright, I decided to glitch a few more trees. I'm just showing you this a couple of times, just in case you want to know how to do this and you've never done it. This is what you do. Follow exactly what I'm doing here, and you will be able to glitch the trees so that they sit at the edge of the cliff. I'm showing you this area here, basically starting at this tree for the next few segments. I'm not going to show it to you, but what I ended up doing was glitching 3 trees, and then I had the pathing kind of weave in and out of all the trees. The problem that I discovered is that by glitching it, it completely took away the back of the cliff, and I had nothing to plant flowers on, shrubs, the lanterns, and so ultimately I found I had enough space for the trees, so I took away the glitching. Alright, then I needed some garden lanterns, and I'm allowed to purchase 5, so I did that. I also purchased another log staircase from Tom Nook. And here we go! Our second staircase! I really wish you could, like, spin the screen around, because you really can't see it. Alright, I picked up some models. I did have some butterfly models here on this peninsula, so I wanted to add those. I did also make the peninsula a little, I can't really say shorter, I think it's about the same length, but because I made the path wider, I had to kind of push the flowers back a little, like I didn't use as many flowers as I did on the Amethyst. Alright, looking good. I did come back, however, and change it. Because I pushed everything back, I didn't have a place for the rock, but then I realized that the butterfly actually needed to be where the rock was. So I took away that. I will find another place for the rock. Perfect. Alright, let's put out the rest of the lanterns. Now, on Amethyst, I only had lanterns on this section because it was the only wide section. But now that I've made it wider, I can put lanterns going all the way down the walkway. And look at her, she's such a cutie, relaxing in the forest. Alright, well, this is looking pretty darn good. I mean, I think if Amethyst had looked this good, maybe I wouldn't have gotten rid of the island. But I got rid of the island when I started making content on YouTube, because I thought, hey, everybody likes to watch you restart an island. So that's what I did, and I've regretted it ever since. But, you know, I only had one Switch, so I had to make do. Keep in mind with the series, it's going to be recorded, all of them. Every episode, I'm going to show you a different area. I'm going to work on this island piece by piece. You can see here, we're at the campground. I am going to be moving the campground in the next episode, and we're going to continue this path over to where the campground was on Amethyst. So keep that in mind, that is the next episode. Alright, trying to find where I need to end. I was looking for where the path kind of turned in to go down right there, and I realized by looking at those two that I just had to go maybe like 1 or 2 more squares. And I think that's good. I think that's about where the path turns. We'll pick up there in the next video. Here it is, what you've all been waiting for here. This is the comparison with Sun Canyon on the right and Amethyst on the left. The area is greatly improved. I think it's looking a lot better. Alright, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.